Hey there, welcome to the Chronicle Pregame Show. I'm Hoerger alongside Brian Pollack. Here you can set up for Duke and Georgia Tech. The Blue Devils head down to Atlanta to play as an unranked team for the first time since 2007. 9 p.m. Tuesday to have late night action from McCain's Pavilion at Georgia Tech. Brian, really, the Blue Devils have had 8 days to kind of recover from an 86-9 loss to Miami that cost them their spot in the top 25. And there's the fourth loss in 5 games. You know, what's kind of the mindset of this team in trying to regroup and just recover? Still without Emil Jefferson trying to get back in the thick of it in the ACC.
Well, I think this 8-day layoff really couldn't have come at a better time for Duke. As you mentioned, they were 1-4 in their last 5 games. And that included 2 weeks of Saturday, Monday, 2-day turnarounds. And they lost the Monday latter half of those turnarounds both times. The short turnarounds were really tough for Duke. Their 6-man rotation that they're going with. So this 8 days kind of gives them a chance to regroup, get their legs straight, get their mind straight, and more importantly, you can kind of tell in some of those games at the end that they really just lack the confidence to go out and compete and win. On another note, Emil Jefferson has returned to the practice court in very limited action, but Coach K still didn't put any kind of concrete timetable on his return, so for the time being, it'll still be those 6 guys.
Yeah, definitely. And when you look at Georgia Tech, Brian, you know, they're a team that maybe not known for the ACC power that maybe they once were back in the day. They're 4-20 in their last 24 ACC games. I saw that stat floating around earlier, but 17 of those games have been decided by 8 or fewer points. So they're always right there. They've played pretty much everybody close. They're going to give Blue Devils all they can handle. It's just a 6-point game a year ago here in Cameron. So Charles Mitchell is really the key inside for the Georgia Tech, especially against the Duke team that's had trouble rebounding of late.
Yeah, and he's the ACC's top rebounder, 10.7 boards per game. More than 4 of those come on the offensive end, so he'll be able to attack the Blue Devils on both ends of the floor. Marshall Plumlee will certainly have his hands full, but I think you made a good point that Georgia Tech maybe is not as bad as their record would indicate. 2-7 in the ACC, but 9-3 at home, including an impressive win of a then number 4 Virginia team earlier this year. They lost their last 2 home games by just 5 points to Virginia Tech in Louisville, and Coach K pointed that out today in his weekly teleconference. So the Yellow Jackets certainly are a team that can compete if Duke doesn't show up to play. But besides Mitchell, they have a lot of options from the perimeter that I think they can score with.
Yeah, senior Marcus Georges-Humphrey, the leader of this team. He's their top point getter. Then you've also got Adam Smith, transfer from Virginia Tech, gave the Blue Devils some trouble in Blacksburg last year. But he's also one of the ACC's top 3-point shooters. Not the invisible hand of Adam Smith, but the hot hand of Adam Smith in Atlanta could be an issue for Duke come Tuesday night. So that's kind of the setup for the Blue Devils. They're going to try to, start working their way back towards the top 25 in the AP poll, but really trying to stay alive in the ACC because you got Georgia Tech on Tuesday, NC State on Saturday, and then it's really a murderer's row for Duke from there on out. You got Louisville, North Carolina, Virginia, and Louisville again, all in about like a 12-day stretch. So it's really a tough slate for the Blue Devils, so they need to really pick up as many wins as they can heading into the meat of their schedule in February. So with that said, Duke and Georgia Tech, 9 o'clock from Atlanta Tuesday night. You can get all our pregame, in-game, and postgame coverage, DukeChronicle.com, our Blue Zone blog, and @Duke Basketball on Twitter. For Brian Pollack, I'm Hoerger. We'll see you guys later.